What's up guys, Justin here with another pickups video, and we do actually have some garage sale footage for you guys to check out this time, but first I wanted to show a few of the things we picked up at the Goodwill a little earlier in the week. I had a pretty unorthodox find at the Goodwill, a complete in box Super Nintendo game, and it's nothing special, it's just Tecmo Super NBA Basketball, but I don't think I've ever found a boxed Super Nintendo game at our local Goodwill before, so this was cool to see. I was hoping I was only going to get charged $1.99 for it because that's what they sell their cartridge games for, most of the time anyway. I ended up getting charged $3.99 for it, which I was still willing to pay that. I mean, it's not in phenomenal shape by any means. The box does have some wear on it, but everything inside the box is in good shape. It is complete, and the cartridge is in good shape with the dust cover and everything, so I didn't have a problem paying $3.99 for that. And actually went back the next day and got pretty lucky because I got there right as they were putting out a big bin of like DVDs and CDs and stuff, so I kind of got to dig through it before they even got put on the shelf, and I found some original Xbox games in there. I picked up Halo 1 and Halo 2 here, and I believe these are both complete and in pretty nice shape, except for the case on Halo 2. I'm going to have to replace this. It's pretty beat up, but that's not a problem. And I never really pass up on Halo games. I mean, they're generally in pretty high demand, so it's pretty easy to find something to do with these. And then also in that bin, I found Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and this one was part of the Xbox collection, which I believe came with GTA 3 as well. It was like a little box set thing, and I might even have the box for it around here somewhere. My brother used to have it, so I'll have to look for that. But the main reason I wanted this is because it actually has a really cool Rockstar sticker here, and then the poster here in front of the manual, and I actually already have the same poster hanging up on my wall over here. It's definitely a cool display piece, but obviously now that it's hung up, it's got pinholes in the corners and stuff, so I just assumed that get one that was in good shape for the collection. So I was happy to pick this up, and plus this is just a great game. I mean, it's by far my favorite GTA game. I used to play the crap out of this on the PC back in the day, one of the rare PC games I ever played, but then my brother got an original Xbox and he had it for the Xbox, so every summer we usually pop this in and him and I play through it. So it was cool to get this for him and I to play through this summer. And then I was walking through the electronics section, and I found a Pac-Man plug and play. You guys have seen me pick these up all the time. This isn't the Miss Pac-Man one, it's just the original Pac-Man one. But $4.99 for this, and again, like I mentioned in the previous video, it's kind of discouraging that they're raising the prices on everything, but $4.99 I felt was still a decent deal for it, and I did test it and it does work, so it was cool to get that. So the total for these four things here was like $17 and some change, and I actually had another one of those $20 gift cards, and I wanted to quickly explain the gift card thing real quick. I had a couple people asking me about them. I think the gift cards I get are local to my area. I get them through our local news agency. They have like a deal of the day thing, and every couple months they go have it like a 24-hour period where they sell these Goodwill gift cards. They sell $20 gift cards for $10. I usually pick up 2 of them at a time. They're only good for 2 months, so I don't want to buy more than 2 and then not be able to spend them. But it's actually pretty convenient because by the time I spend the 2 that I get, they go on sale again. And I just buy 2 more and then have another 2 months to spend them. Obviously, I don't use them for like $2 or $3 purchases. I'd just be wasting money. But it actually saves quite a bit of money when I'm getting half off on $20 purchases most of the time. So like I said though, I think it's local to my area. Even on the gift cards it says that they're only good in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is where I'm from, and northern Wisconsin participates in it too, I think. But anyway, back to the pickups. There was a couple Sonic games for the original Xbox that I'd kind of been eyeing up. They're in their glass case. I didn't want to pay $3.99 for them though, so I just figured I'd get them when they go half off or when they're 99 cents. So I figured it'd be the perfect addition to this purchase to use one of the gift cards, and I walked to the glass case and they were gone. And I was just like, damn, because they were there the day before when I got the NBA basketball, and I was kind of kicking myself for not picking them up. But on the way to the register, I looked through one last bin of DVDs, and what did I find but the 2 Sonic games I was looking for. They must have ran out of space in their glass case or something and just threw them in with the DVDs. But I got Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic Mega Collection Plus, and I believe both of these are missing the manuals, but what was cool is that in addition to the Sonic Mega Collection Plus disc in here, there was also a Sonic Heroes Platinum Hits, just disc only, but it was definitely a cool little bonus in there. So the total for that whole purchase was like $22. I used the gift card, ended up paying like $2 out of pocket, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. So not a whole lot of action at the Goodwill this week, but we definitely got some cool stuff. I'll move on now to the stuff we picked up at the garage sales. Just my cousin and I went out on Friday, and we didn't get a whole lot, but we shot some footage, so I will insert that right here, and then I'll show you guys what we picked up. Alright, what's up guys? Justin here, out garage selling. Just me and my cousin this morning. And we're waiting for this first sale to start right now. We have about 10 sales lined up for the day, I think. Hoping they're all still going on. We had like scattered thunderstorms and everything last night, so I'm hoping no one canceled early because of the rain, because it's actually pretty nice right now. So yeah, we're gonna stay in our town for today, and then tomorrow's like the big Townwide garage sale about 20 minutes away from here, so we're gonna hit that up tomorrow. So wish us luck today. So this guy behind us is actually the guy that I bought the broken, crusty Game Boy Advance SP off of last weekend for $1. I knew he was some kind of reseller because I always see him out here, but hopefully he's not looking for any games. So that first sale was actually pretty cool. No video game stuff, unfortunately. They had a lot of cool like baseball memorabilia and stuff though. I picked up a few comic books as well, but we're up to the next sale now. Alright, so just stopped at this sale here. No video games, all baby stuff mostly. I just thought I'd film a quick clip while my cousin punches our next address into the GPS. Alright, so we're just waiting for 2 sales to start. There's supposed to be one at each of these houses here. We're still like 45 minutes early, so hopefully we don't have to wait that much longer, but we'll see if we can't find anything. So unfortunately, no luck at those 2 sales we waited for. We got one right here now that we're gonna check out. Alright, so we stopped at a few more sales. I actually ended up picking up a couple NES titles, actually. A guy said he had some Nintendo stuff, and unfortunately that's all he could find. And my cousin got a game and some DVDs as well. So we're just waiting for this one to start. We actually just hit up the Goodwill. I didn't find anything. This one's supposed to start at 10. It's about 9:30 now, so hoping they open up pretty soon. I'm getting kind of tired of waiting here. So not a whole lot going down on Friday. There's like 10 or 12 sales. I really didn't pick up a whole lot at that first sale though. I did get a couple comic books. I got G.I. Joe, and really the only reason I grabbed this one is because I had a cool Super C ad and Snake's Revenge ad for Konami on the back of it there. So I'm assuming this is probably like late 80s or something. And then I also grabbed the Silver Surfer. I just recognized the name from the NES game, so I grabbed this one too. These were 25 cents a piece. They had a small stack of them there. I was kind of tempted to just buy the whole stack for like $5 or whatever it would have been, but I don't know, I just don't know a whole lot about comic books, so I just decided to grab these two. So 50 cents for those. And then we really didn't find a whole lot for the rest of the day. A couple of the last sales we stopped at were right across the street from each other. At one of them, my cousin got a bunch of DVDs and UFC Undisputed 2009, I believe, for the Xbox 360. We've been playing that quite a bit lately. But then we walked across the street, and they weren't selling any video games, but I asked the guy there if he had any video games, and he told me, he's like, no, I really don't. He's like, I got some old Nintendo stuff maybe. And then I told him that was exactly what I was looking for. So I got all excited. He went into his house. He told me he was going to come back out with it, and was really disappointed when he came out with just 2 cartridges here. He said the rest of it was put way away in storage, and it was really disappointing. I mean, he told me he had like Final Fantasy with the maps and everything like that. So I mean, if he had RPGs and stuff, he's probably sitting on a gold mine. But he sold me both of these for 25 cents for the both of them. A completely destroyed copy of a Rad Racer. I don't even know how the label gets that jacked up because the pins are actually in perfect shape. So. And then we got Tenjin Pac-Man, and again 25 cents for the both of those. Obviously I'm not going to pass that up. It was just disappointing that he didn't have the rest of his stuff with him. But yeah, that was all we picked up on Friday, so not a whole lot going on, but we were pretty excited to go out the next day, Saturday, because it was the Townwide garage sales about 20 minutes away from here. So Ryan and I got up and went out to that. Took a bunch of footage, so I'll insert that right here, and then I'll show you guys what we got. Hey guys, Justin and Ryan here, headed up to the Townwide garage sales right now, about 15-20 minutes out of our town. It turned out to be a pretty nice morning. It was raining all last night, but it's a little foggy, but other than that, it's nice out. So we're pretty excited. Hopefully we find some good stuff. So we just went to a sale up the street a little ways and then came over to this one here. At the first sale we actually found some Xbox games and a few other things. Didn't find anything at this sale. Alright, so just stopped at that sale there. Picked up a few PlayStation 1 games, one of which I think might actually be a pretty valuable game. I'm not 100% sure, but I bought it on a hunch, and we're going to turn around now. There's a few sales back here that we missed, so check these ones out. Alright, so it really hasn't been the best day. We had like a streak of like 20 sales where we just didn't find anything, and we got lost way up on some like county road. It was such a waste of time. We have found a few things though, nothing too great, but we're out of sale right now, so we're gonna check this one out. Alright, so other than getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, this sale up here was actually pretty good. Right after I got done complaining about how we haven't found anything, I actually found a sealed GameCube game among some other games too. It's actually a pretty cool game, so probably the best find of the day so far. So we just stopped at that sale over there, and then one more a little farther down the street. The first one had an original Xbox bundle. It was like a system and like probably a stack of like 6 or 7 games, a few sports games, and then there was like a Halo 2 and a San Andreas. They were asking 30 bucks for the bundle, so we passed. Okay, so something pretty funny just happened at this sale. It was kind of a weird sale because they had a bunch of like AV switchers and stuff, and like power cords and AV cords for just random systems, and we're like, well, where are the systems? There was no games out or anything like that. Ended up picking up a few things for the few Wii accessories, but then we realized when we left that the lady running the sale was actually the lady that owned that game store downtown that went out of business that Ryan and I bought out. You know, we bought well, most of her stuff anyway. That was just the remains of it there, but that's funny. I never thought we'd end up at her garage sale. So the first sale we stopped at, I actually recognized the lady that was having the sale from last year when Dave and I came up to this Townwide garage sale, and we picked up some original Xbox games from her last year. I think I got the Knights of the Old Republic and Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, I believe. I think that was it. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video we did for it to see. But anyway, she had the leftovers of her Xbox games out again, but they're all priced for $3, so we really weren't interested in any of them. But I was digging around in a box on the ground, and I found an e-reader for the Game Boy, and she also had like a sealed pack of baseball cards that I wanted, so I offered her $3 for the pair of them, and she said that was fine. But the problem was I only had 5s and 20s in my wallet, and she didn't have any change. So that's when I asked her how much the Xbox games were, thinking I could just, you know, pick up 1 or 2 and make it an even number. And she said she was only looking to get $1 because they were just left over from last year. So at that price, we were a little more interested. I picked up a stack of 5 of them here. She had some sports games and stuff that we passed on, but we got Fable, the first one. This one is complete, and she had all the manuals and stuff separated from the game cases, so we had to dig through to find the manuals, or for at least the games that had them. And she actually had 2 manuals for this game, so I just threw both of them in the case. And then we also picked up, probably the best one we got was Kingdom Under Fire, the Crusaders. This one is complete. Missing a manual on this one, but it's Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. We also got Brute Force, complete. And this last one I think is missing the manual as well, but it's Blinks, the Time Sweeper. And I always get this game mixed up with Conker's Live and Reloaded. Whenever I see this game, I think it's Conker's just because they have like the exact same artwork at the top of the case. But anyway, like I said, all the manuals and stuff were separated from the game. So while we were looking for the manuals for these games, we came across some other like manuals and stuff that I thought would be, you know, a good idea to pick them up, even if she didn't have the game. We got Silent Hill 4: The Room. This manual is pretty beat up, but I know the Silent Hill series is in pretty high demand, so I figured I'd grab this. And then the manual for Mad Dash Racing, and I had just never heard of this game before, so I just decided to take a shot and pick this one up as well. And then she had just the case insert for the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, and like I said, I picked up that game from her last year. I don't recall specifically if mine was the Platinum Hits or not. I'm going to have to go back and watch the video, but I'm pretty sure the one I got was complete, and if so, she just had a randomly an extra case insert for Morrowind, so I grabbed that. But picking up all those Xbox games really didn't help the situation at all, because now the total for everything was $8, and again, I only had 5s and 20s. So it was at that point that we asked her about, she had some stuffed animals. They were the first things that Ryan and I saw when we drove up to the sale. We both thought they were pretty cool, so we're like, alright, how much are you selling those for? She said $1 a piece, so we went ahead and picked up 2 of them to make it an even $10. They're both pretty big, too. We got Charmander here, and then we also got a Charizard. Again, $1 a piece on those. They're a little bit dirty, but I think I'm going to clean them up. They're pretty big, so I don't know if I really want to display them down here or not. If I find the room for them, I definitely will, because they are pretty cool, I think. She also had like a couple smaller Pikachu ones and stuff, but we just decided to get these two. So $10 for that stack of games there. Decent start for the first sale anyway. And then we really didn't find a whole lot. Ended up going completely like lost out on these county roads. Like we didn't map out the sales or anything. They were giving away maps and stuff, but we just figured we'd just drive up every street and just stop at all the sales we saw. Thought that was the best way to do it, but we just started following signs and we ended up out on these county roads, like drove 10 minutes out of the way for like one crappy sale. So we were pretty disappointed at that point. Came up to one sale though. This is a sale that I picked up the PS1 game that I thought was pretty valuable, and turns out I was completely wrong. I ended up picking up 3 PS1 games from this sale. I only paid $2 for the stack of them here, so I can't really complain too much. But the one that I thought was more valuable than it is Gundam Battle Assault 2. And I don't know if I just got it mixed up with like Digimon or whatever, but this game's only worth a couple dollars, and this game's just disc only. So in addition to that, I also got Test Drive 5 Greatest Hits and 007 The World Is Not Enough. Both the discs in these are destroyed, so I'm kind of kicking myself for not checking them. But again, I just kind of wanted the bundle deal for these games. They're only selling them for 75 cents a piece, so got the whole stack for $2, so I can't really cry too much about it. But anyway, stopped at another sale, and they didn't have any games or anything, but they did have a Game Boy Advance SP system. So I was pretty excited when I picked this up, and then I realized that it just has a massive chunk out of the corner of it there where the R button is. And I mean, the R button still works and everything, but I mean, it's just I don't even know how that happens. It must have fallen off a table and just hit real hard or something. But it is an AGS 101, and I honestly don't think I've ever owned an AGS 101 before, or at least since I started checking. But I mean, the screen's in good shape, and I tested it, and everything works on it. So I guess it was a pretty good pickup. The lady was only asking $3 for it, and she reassured me that it worked and everything before I bought it. So I guess that was a good pickup for $3, even if it is a little bit damaged. And then we came up to another sale. They had a couple PS3 games. I think they might have had one Wii game too, but it was like Zumba Fitness, so I don't even remember. But they had Rayman Origins for $5. I passed on that. You know, if I had a PS3, I probably would have picked it up. But I did pick up Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe for $5. And I mean, I don't really think this game's worth a whole lot more than $5, maybe $10. But it is complete, and I definitely thought it was a pretty cool looking game. So I might try this one out on my brother's PS3. And then I think it was the next sale we stopped at, or one of the next sales, they had a whole stack of PlayStation 3 games, and I got really excited when I saw them until I looked at the titles and realized that they were all sports games. But they were only selling them they're only asking $1 a piece on them, so I figured I might as well just pick up the whole stack. I'll just go through them quickly. NCAA Basketball 09, NFL Head Coach 09, NCAA Football 08, NCAA March Madness 08, NBA 2K10, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 08, and NCAA Football 09. Again, $1 a piece on those. They're all complete and in good shape, so I really couldn't pass them up. So just as the day was kind of wrapping up is when we came across what was easily the best find for the weekend, probably the best find for the garage sale season so far this year. We did get a few other games at the same sale though, so I'm going to go ahead and show those first. I'll save the best for last. Really kicking myself for buying these two games here. I'll go ahead and show them. We got San Andreas for the PS2, and then one I've never heard of before, My Street. And I didn't check the cases. I didn't check the discs, and I don't know why. I always check the disc before I buy games, but I guess I was just so excited about the GameCube game that I didn't even think to look. Because this disc here it's probably playable, but it's in pretty rough shape, and had I seen the disc, I probably would have passed on this one. And then San Andreas doesn't even have the right disc in the case. It's actually GTA 3, and the disc is like completely destroyed. So kind of disappointed with those two purchases, but this next game totally makes up for it. And I probably should have been a little more excited in the video. It's just at the time I didn't realize how good of a deal this was. I mean, I knew we got a steal in the game, but I didn't realize how good of a deal it actually was until I actually got home and looked it up on eBay. But I'll just go ahead and show it. It is a factory sealed copy of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the GameCube. And it might look a little weird because I actually have it in a DVD sleeve right now. I just kind of wanted to protect the factory seal while I was making the video and everything, but it is factory sealed in there. And I mean, I couldn't believe it when I saw this because this was the only GameCube game they had there. And I'm assuming they didn't have any earlier in the day because whoever bought them probably would have bought this one as well. But I didn't even realize it was sealed at first. I picked it up, and when I realized it was sealed, I just turned to Ryan and I was just like, I mean, what a find. I mean, it is player's choice, which is a little bit unfortunate, but what I think Ryan and I decided to do with this game was to sell this copy and then use the money to buy us both complete Black Label copies, because this is one Ryan's really been wanting to play, and it's definitely a game that I definitely want in my collection. And actually there'll probably be a little bit of money left over after that. The game usually sells for about $20 open for a complete one. But I looked this up on eBay and I saw sealed copies, even Player's Choice ones, selling for like $70 on the low end. Saw them going as high as $90. So, I mean, what a find for a garage sale. I mean, we hardly ever find GameCube stuff to begin with, let alone factory sealed games. So this was completely awesome. They were charging more for this one though because it was new. These were both $1.50 a piece, and they were charging like $7.50 for this one. So the total was $10. They also had a small stack of Game Boy games there, Game Boy Color for the most part, and they're only selling these for like a nickel a piece, 5 cents a piece. So I just asked if I could get everything for $10, and they said that was fine. So I'll show you these real quick. We got Men in Black, the series, The Simpsons, Night of the Living Treehouse of Horror, X-Men Mutant Academy, NFL Blitz 2000, and X-Men Wolverine's Rage. So all that for $10. Awesome, awesome deal. And then we stopped at a couple more sales, and then one of them which was the sale that was run by the lady that used to own the game store downtown that I kind of talked about in the video. I said I picked up some Wii accessories. I just ended up getting 3 Wii nunchucks for $1 a piece. And I mean, I wasn't going to pass that up. I know Ryan needs a couple of these. I probably need a couple too, so this is just one step there, I guess. So $3 for those. And like I said, she had a bunch of other stuff that was left over from her store. She had like some Game Boy Advance cases and stuff like that, but she was selling it for like $3 or $4 a piece. I doubt anyone bought them, but it was just funny. I never thought I'd see that lady again. But anyway, so that was the haul from this last weekend. You know, like I said, we got a lot of stuff, but for how many sales we went to, I'd say it was just an okay weekend anyway, until we found this. This really put it over the top. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for checking out the entire video. And hopefully we'll have some more garage sale finds for you next week. So take care.